Welcome back to MythPix, where legends and strange tales from all over the world come to life. Today's story is a peculiar one, Scrapegoat. In this eerie tale, we explore the concept of blame, guilt, and how a simple goat becomes the unwitting target of a village's misfortune. But is everything as it seems? Or is there more to this mysterious goat than meets the eye? Get ready for a thought-provoking and unexpected journey. Let's jump right in. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears who lived in a castle in a great wood. One of them was a great big bear, and one was a middling bear, and one was a little bear. And in the same wood there was a fox who lived all alone. His name was Scrapefoot. Scrapefoot was very much afraid of the bears, but for all that he wanted very much to know all about them. And one day as he went through the wood he found himself near the bear's castle, and he wondered whether he could get into the castle. He looked all about him everywhere, and he could not see anyone. So he came up very quietly, till at last he came up to the door of the castle, and he tried whether he could open it. Yes! The door was not locked, and he opened it just a little way, and put his nose in and looked, and he could not see anyone. So then he opened it a little way farther, and put one paw in, and then another paw, and another, and then he was all in the bear's castle. He found he was in a great hall with 3 chairs in it, one big, one middling, and one little chair, and he thought he would like to sit down and rest and look about him, so he sat down on the big chair. But he found it so hard and uncomfortable that it made his bones ache, and he jumped down at once and got into the middling chair, and he turned round and round in it, but he couldn't make himself comfortable. So then he went to the little chair and sat down in it, and it was so soft and warm and comfortable that Scrapefoot was quite happy, but all at once it broke to pieces under him and he couldn't put it together again. So he got up and began to look about him again, and on one table he saw 3 saucers, of which one was very big, one was middling, one was quite a little saucer. Scrapefoot was very thirsty, and he began to drink out of the big saucer. But he only just tasted the milk in the big saucer, which was so sour and so nasty that he would not taste another drop of it. Then he tried the middling saucer, and he drank a little of that. He tried 2 or 3 mouthfuls, but it was not nice, and then he left it and went to the little saucer, and the milk in the little saucer was so sweet and so nice that he went on drinking it till it was all gone. Then Scrapefoot thought he would like to go upstairs, and he listened and he could not hear anyone. So upstairs he went, and he found a great room with 3 beds in it. One was a big bed, and one was a middling bed, and one was a little white bed, and he climbed up into the big bed, but it was so hard and lumpy and uncomfortable that he jumped down again at once, and tried the middling bed. That was rather better, but he could not get comfortably in it, so after turning about a little while he got up and went to the little bed, and that was so soft and so warm and so nice that he fell fast asleep at once. And after a time the bears came home, and when they got into the hall the big bear went to his chair and said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" And the middling bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" And the little bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair and has broken it all to pieces?" And then they went to have their milk, and the big bear said, "Who's been drinking my milk?" And the middling bear said, "Who's been drinking my milk?" And the little bear said, "Who's been drinking my milk and has drunk it all up?" Then they went upstairs and into the bedroom, and the big bear said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And the middling bear said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And the little bear said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed? And see, here he is." So then the bears came and wondered what they should do with him, and the big bear said, "Let's hang him." And then the middling bear said, "Let's drown him." And then the little bear said, "Let's throw him out of the window." And then the bears took him to the window, and the big bear took 2 legs on one side and the middling bear took 2 legs on the other side, and they swung him backwards and forwards, and out of the window. Poor Scrapefoot was so frightened, and he thought every bone in his body must be broken. But he got up and first shook one leg. No, that was not broken, and then another, and that was not broken, and another, and then he wagged his tail and found there were no bones broken. So then he galloped off home as fast as he could go, and never went near the bear's castle again. And that, my friends, is the tale of Scrapegoat, a story that shows how easily blame can shift to the innocent. If this tale left you with something to think about, make sure to hit the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the village was right to use the goat as a scapegoat, or was there another culprit? Don't forget to subscribe to MythPix for more intriguing myths and tales from around the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and remember, things aren't always as simple as they seem. See you in the next story.